All right, I'm just do a quick Bible verse. This is Proverbs chapter 30, verse 15. The horse leech have two daughters crying, give, give. There are three things that are never satisfied. Yeah, four things say not. It is enough. So there's four things that people who are as a horse leech, because the horse leech is connotative of human beings. If you were to see the internal man in a visceral way, okay, your esophagus is as a bottomless pit. All right, it goes down to your intestines, so on and so forth, and then you poop out your digestion, and there is never no bottom or end to this bottomless pit. You will always get hungry, you will always be thirsty, as long as you're wearing this flesh. So the flesh is connotative as a horse leech. All right, the horse leech have two daughters crying, give, give. There are three things that are never satisfied. You have four things say not. It is enough. All right, these are the four things: the grave and the barren womb. So the grave and the barren womb are connotative one of the other, because the earth is, another word for earth is matrix or womb in scripture. And the barren womb, okay, he's talking about the whore of Babylon, the lady in red. Okay, she has multiple partners, many partners. She's free spirited. She deals with many different gods, and her womb is barren because she's looking for love in all the wrong places. All right, it's not only connotative of a female but a male also. The getting together of individuals that are not planning to have children oftentimes involve themselves in certain interactions which needs not be judged, but if one is particularly aiming constantly to not progenate, okay, in a natural way, in a natural setting or what have you, all right, then the barren womb is infinite. All right, the grave is never full. The earth is never full of bodies. All right, you can say the earth is as a cannibal, Mother Nature is cruel, or so on and so forth, because the grave, okay, is never full. There's always enough space in the earth to put a body in it. All right, and the barren womb is as a grave. All right, because you have a vessel, all right, that is twice dead. All right, that is going in all the ways not to progenate or bear life. All right, this will be the essence of females in their power. If you're going to be a real feminist, you're going to be about what you're able to do that others are not able to do, which means as a man, I do not have the ability to bear life. All right, so you have a precious gift. All right, not so that the female can become more masculine. All right, this came with confusion of trying to compete with man. All right, for equal wages, so on and so forth. This is not how you come into your strength. Okay, as a female, as men act a certain type of way, especially when it comes to relationships, that even though females have adopted this by 2024, this fire does not work with females. All right, for the most part, it is just not the same look. Okay, with females having many partners, even if they're acting like a boss, you're seen as being promiscuous and, you know, kind of on the whorish side of the game. I'll be honest, there is a double standard there, but our natures are different between male and female. We have to own that. And with all the things we have in common, I mean, down to a chromosome or whatever, if you don't empower yourself by that which makes you diverse from the same kind that you are a part of, then you are not giving power, all right, to who you are as an individual, but rather you are feeding power, okay, into the masculine principle. All right. So all of these is, you know, I kind of went off on a tangent, correlates with the grave. That's why they're paired together, the grave and the barren womb. All right. The two are synonymous. All right. Then he continues forth and you see the pattern. The grave and the barren womb the earth that is not filled with water. Okay, the earth is never full of water, and the earth is never full of bodies. All right, and this connotates a grave and a barren womb as the same. All right, because another word for earth again is matrix or womb. All right, and he said that this world will be as a wilderness. So what that basically means is far and few in between as a brother or sister on Christ where you can have fellowship. All right. Many of us experience certain miracles, so on and so forth. If you were to bring these things up in the church, they're going to admit you to a hospital. All right. These people say that they're spiritual, but they really are not. All right. They have a veneer about them. All right. To be politically correct. And if they really paid attention and followed Christ, they would realize that there was nothing political about Christ. Christ was just correct. All right. That makes the truth austere. All right. To be politically correct is to be apologetic towards what you believe in and towards the truth, especially. All right. So individuals need to come into terms with that. All right. Your job is only paying you for a specified amount of time. The time that you're away from work, these places, these plantations do not own you. Be yourself. All right. This should not branch into your social media and so on and so forth. And just because the two are connected pertaining to a job, if an individual is not able to do these things, an individual should be able to get paid for that, because your entire public image is as a sponsorship. I mean, you basically are owned like a professional athlete. All right. But the earth is never filled with water. All right. The barren womb, considering what water could be, so on and so forth. All right. If the womb is barren, then the seed is getting planted somewhere else. This could lead to certain practices. And the grave, which is connotative of the first two examples that I mentioned, because all three of these things so far is synonymous. The grave and the barren womb, the earth that is not filled with water, and the fire that saith not, it is enough. None of these things say it's enough. Fire does not stop consuming. Fire continues until it cannot continue anymore. Such is the same as the human body, and the fire could connotate the desire or the appetites of an individual. Remember, a man that is not upright goes according to his belly. All right. The earth that is not filled with water. The earth is comprised of carbonite. You're comprised of carbonite. The earth is 80% water. The human body is 80% filled with water. And yet you still thirst. All right. Not only according to your lust and your appetites, okay, but also physically thirst just for water. Okay. And you thirst for knowledge. Okay. You are as a horse leash unto wisdom. All right. The barren womb, meaning people have an ear that can hear spiritual seed, but it's not planted in good soil, meaning there is something up with their mind. All right. So therefore, their womb, their conception of thought or good things, okay, is barren. Okay. They have nothing there. And this will lead them to the grave. So, and the grave will lead them. Not only will they walk according to a certain fire, but the grave will lead them to a fire. All right. These things can be connotated of lust, both spiritual, physical, and also in the micro and the macro, and representing an individual in the microcosm to the macrocosm, the world that they fit in. Okay. Individuals are walking around in an aptitude of need. And this is what Christ was saying, is that individuals were not aware that they were in need of help. Okay. And this was the first issue of man that we could say that pertains to pride, the pride of a man. Okay. One of we have an assumption that we are better than what we really are. All right. So it's hard to tell someone who can see that they can't see, and someone who can hear that they can't hear. Okay. That's what Christ had to come and try to tell people. You understand? Then he had to try to tell them to walk according to faith so that they can see things that are unseen. All right. So this is a situation that takes time, practice, dedication, so on and so forth. And many individuals are distracted with superficial things like their temporal job that pertains to only this life. All right. That job, the same who is distracted by their work, it's the same individuals who have sold their soul without a contract and the luxuries of that contract. All right. Being brought into that salary. All right. Be careful what you wish for. All right. If you're an individual, you get promoted to a salary, know this. You're not going to work less than 40 hours. You are going to work more than 40 hours. The company is not going to lose money. You're going to be more apt to working between 45 to 60 hours per week. Soon as they invite you to sign you up with that salary. Now, it may look great. You may get some good jabs in here and there where you're able to have a couple good weeks here and there. But for the most part, that company is going to make its money's worth. It's projected your next 5 years before they even offered you the spot. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just throwing some things out there. You might have to meditate on it in a minute, but they all connotate to this barren womb or this fire, this insatiable fire that mankind has, this desire in all things, in all aspects. Their ambitions are temporal, so on and so forth. And oftentimes to get the things that we need, we have to step on other individuals' shoulders and head, you know? So this is as a horse leash, you know? And it goes on, continue 17, I'll just close this out here. The eye that mocketh at his father and despises to obey his mother, the ravens of the valley shall pick it out, and the young eagles shall eat it. Okay? This is talking about the eye that mocketh at the fathers. We're talking about the evil eye, or the knowledge of man, okay, that pertains to the traditions, all right? And much so, these teenage youth, they are as horse leeches, and they depend on their parents, but yet the knowledge and wisdom that their parents try to place on them, they will not listen. And failing to do this, they are as an insatiable fire. They are as a locust. And if they mock their father and despise to obey their mother, then their knowledge is going to lead them to the grave. Okay? That same vessel is a barren womb. All right? The ravens of the valley, which ravens represent a bird of prey, all right, a scavenger, meaning the individuals in that individual society or what have you, they're going to rip them apart. All right? That to that same measure that they put out is going to be gathered back unto them, that wickedness. All right? And the young eagles shall eat of it because they didn't take heed to good advice or understand it. All right? So this connotates the horse leash. A shortcut to understand it is that the connotations in the micro macro of the earth are also synonymous with the human body. All right? Because the flesh is restless and insatiable. That's why the Lord came and gave the Sabbath. All right? Peace and blessings be with you all. I'm out.